You're listening to Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein. With me, as always, is...
Josh Schaefer.
Just point to yourself. They can't hear you do that.
Me, Josh.
It's so not helpful. We're also joined in the studio today by...
Rebecca Finkelstein.
Yes, indeed. So, today we want to discuss Star Wars because May the 4th is coming up, and it seems like if we're going to talk about it again at some point, it may as well be now. We have various little topics that we can discuss and things that we can go over for Star Wars. So let's begin with lightsabers. First of all, what is your lightsaber color?
Blue.
Just without even thinking about it, it's automatically blue.
Yeah, I like blue.
Okay.
Because Obi-Wan's awesome.
Okay. And Josh?
Purple.
Yeah, because of Mace Windu or because of purple?
Purple.
Despite the fact that blue is my favorite color, I actually would lean towards yellow, because yellow has a connotation in the extended universe, at least. It's like it's a more neutral color. It's not red, which I'm not a Sith. I wouldn't be a Sith, but it's like you're not like the super honor bound of the blue or the green or whatever. I think if I remember reading that correctly. So
Yeah, I wouldn't say blue's totally honor bound.
why? I mean, think about the people who had it. Luke and Obi-Wan, and a bunch of random Jedis that all die because they can't bend with the times.
Well, that's the thing. Okay.
Oh,
so,
snap.
Thinking of old Obi-Wan,
Uh-huh.
yeah, how like rule stringent was he?
With what?
Well, the Jedi Order didn't
Yeah.
exist then anymore.
Yeah, no.
It
no,
didn't.
I think at that point he spent 30 years. He learned his damn lesson by then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go. But he still had a fucking blue lightsaber.
But was it actually his saber? Wasn't it an Anakin saber that he was just like lugging around for Luke?
No, he
No.
still had one.
Did he?
Because he battled Darth Vader with it.
Was his also blue?
Yes.
They both had blue lightsabers?
I guess so.
Well, Darth Vader's was red. Or you're
Yeah,
talking
but
about Luke.
yeah, Anakin's.
Yeah, Anakin's saber
Yeah.
that was then bequeathed to Luke through Obi-Wan, because Obi-Wan cut off his arms and legs, and he's like, loot the body! Takes the lightsaber and runs off with it at that point, making Obi-Wan the best D&D character ever. I have defeated you. I now steal your possessions.
Yeah, there's a reason why I like Obi-Wan.
But here's the thing. Do they really need lightsabers? Like at the end of the day, can't they just like push each other around and use like lightning and stuff?
Yeah.
Aren't like the lightsabers just like this crutch they rely on that they don't really need?
No, but you actually have to use energy to do, and like concentration to use force powers as opposed to a lightsaber. Like, woo, lickety split! I just cut bread like nothing.
I thought the implication of the lightsaber though was the fact that like you were good at using it because of the force powers you had. Like you channeled your force through your saber.
The force helps you not kill yourself while using it, I guess.
I guess. Josh.
I mean, you're bringing a knife to a sword or a gunfight, right? So
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and that's the thing is like the sword will block pistol shots, which I also don't quite get.
because it's an energy weapon with an energy
Yeah,
weapon.
it's lasers against lasers. That's why
you know, like-
lightsabers don't pass through each other.
You have like a bunch of like stormtroopers firing at you from all directions, and somehow you're magically able to stop all of the blasts? Yeah, no. I'm
no,
sorry.
just the ones that were going to hit you, because obviously you saw them. They missed a lot.
It's true. They can't hit the
No
broadside of the
aim.
barn. No, they can't.
And that way you can, like, kind of, do
Can-
it strategically to where you make it fire it back at them.
Which I also didn't get, because that shouldn't work at all.
Oh, it totally works.
Yeah,
You
it's
saw
like
it.
a mirror. You take the light and boom,
Yeah.
and it goes.
That's
"Oh."
not how
Yeah,
lasers
no,
work.
Josh gets it.
They're not lasers. They're energy blasts.
Yeah,
Hair
with
flip.
Kaiba crystals.
Hair flip again.
Okay, so force powers. What is your force power?
It's like, there's not just one. You can't, this isn't
Pick
like
one.
a
What is
video
your, what is
game
your,
or whatever.
Yes, it is. What is your force power?
No. Well, I mean, I talk to animals, I guess.
Is that even a force power? Is that in the extended universe?
Yes, I made it up right now.
Okay.
Well, actually, I don't know. One of like the Force users in not Rogue One. It's one of the cartoon series,
Clone Wars.
Rebels.
Rebels.
Where one of the Force users, he actually can kind of sort of, well, I wouldn't say converse, but kind of have like a magic touch with animals
Oh, that's disgusting.
to befriend them.
Don't be magic touching animals.
No.
See, this is why
There's
no
a
one.
paywall.
This is why no one trusts the Jedi. They're creepers who are macking on kids. Like, okay, that was Padme, but Anakin was okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then apparently they're creepy touching animals. This is not right.
Okay, I mean, to your point, it is just a creepy ass thing anyway, because, oh yeah, how do they get the Jedi? Oh, they go find them when they're wee little babies and take them away from their families and raise them in this cult-like setting where they don't know the outside world until they're unleashed under this one person that they trust their lives with. I mean, if that's not brainwashing,
Didn't you just describe Catholicism?
yeah,
It's based off of something, right?
right? I mean, you're talking to a couple of former Catholics here, like,
Josh,
we know
what is
what's
your
up.
force power?
Mind manipulation.
Yeah, the wave your hand in front of them and say this is not the droids you're looking for. Why?
I don't know. It'd be pretty cool.
You have no specific reason. You're just like, I just want to order a pizza and then tell them I've already paid for it and then walk away.
These aren't the pizzas you're looking for.
These are my pizzas.
And I mean, that's the thing too. Like, would you use it for good or for evil?
Well,
Straight up evil.
you took a purple saber. You have to use it for good.
No,
You don't
gray.
have to.
I'd be a gray Jedi.
Well,
But you took a purple saber. You can't be gray with a purple saber. You have to have like the shadow saber.
no, you don't.
It'd be a purple shadow saber.
Not everyone can get a shadow kyber crystal or whatever. So you
Well,
gotta,
if you can't, then you shouldn't be allowed to be a shadow Jedi. Isn't that the rule? Isn't that how George Lucas made it? It's very black and white in the movies.
it's not George Lucas's anymore.
Yeah, it's Walt Disney's.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what my power would be. I mean, most of my exposure has been what you can do in the movies, and then the Knights of the Old Republic games.
I'm pretty sure you would straight up just do force push because you just want everyone out of your way.
I mean, that force push is good. I was also thinking just like force lightning was kind of fun too. See, I am very much a neutral. I do not. I get drawn to the evil Jedi powers, the Sith
And
powers.
that is why the Purple Lightsaber Club welcomes you.
No, I have yellow.
Yeah,
You're
but
like-
that's more light side than the purple. Purple's
I like yellow.
the red and the blue together. That makes purple. They're the neutrals.
So what do you?
Mr. I'm not a Sith, but I want to do everything that Siths do.
Yeah, I just want to do it for the side of good, not evil.
I just want to go on a jungle plane and carry around a Muppet on my back.
A jungle planet with 3 Y's in its name.
Yes.
Yes.
All that
Kashyyyk.
Disney. Speaking of
That'd be
Disney,
Wookiees though, not Yodas.
speaking of Disney with this whole thing and being in a jungle, having a Yoda on your back, like the Jungle Cruise ride.
Do you want to do that with a Yoda on your back
Yeah,
and
I mean,
a lightsaber in your
They,
hand?
they just need to redesign it. That's
They
what
do.
they do
Well,
all the time.
Maybe Star Wars Land will have it.
They do because the Jungle Cruise ride is really boring anyway. Oh,
But
God.
the puns are amazing.
If you say so.
I love them.
If you say so.
Yes.
So, thoughts. What is the weight of a lightsaber?
The
like,
hilt.
Like the hilt. Because they have in no, do not look it up. This is a question for you.
Oh, 4 metric tons.
Shush. So you have in Knights of the Old Republic the sabers, and then like the double sabers, of course, because Darth Maul had that, and that seems like a hugely unwieldy weapon no one should ever use. But then you also have short sabers, like little like offhand sabers. And I've for the entire time I've thought about this, and everything since then, I've tried to wrap my brain around the idea of the fact that lightsabers have weight. Like, I understand the hilt has to have weight, but why would you need long sabers and short sabers when all you're carrying around is the weight of the hilt?
Well, it's all about the use in battle. Like, what if you're in super close quarters? You're not going to be able to wield this 3-foot-long laser
Well,
thing.
sure, you can have like a little
cut into the walls.
like you can have a saber knife. Okay, I can grant
Yeah.
that. But in that game specifically, if you wanted to wield a regular weapon and an offhanded weapon, one of the two of them had to be a short one because, quote unquote, the weight was different.
Yeah, this is why we don't play those kinds of games, because it's dumb, and that's why we have Dodeca System games. Shameless plug.
Josh, your thoughts?
I mean, if the crystals are heavier, it could throw off your offhand.
How does the
a little
crystal weight have, like, in the game you just pop a crystal and it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It's like it's all based on just the length of the saber, which it's a light saber. It shouldn't have weight.
Yeah, it's poor game design.
I agree. Josh?
I like that game.
I like that game too, but that detail bothered me then, and I've been carrying it around for what now, 15 years. I have not let it go. Yeah.
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 I think it's I didn't mind it.
You didn't apparently think about it at all when it was all going on in the game.
No, I always thought I never looked into the descriptors on that game for that reason. I just assumed it was something to do with like how you wield them, like dual wielding two swords. Usually you have a long sword and a shorter sword.
Well, yes.
So you don't accidentally cut yourself or
the
sword.
But it's because of weight and offhandedness and everything else, and I never understood that. It's dumb.
It's for balance.
It's dumb in the Star Wars games.
It's balance of the Force. In
that
all
you're using to
things,
control them.
There is balance in all things.
Of the Force.
Of Force. The Force.
Forced that.
Now, my kind of Star Wars game, though, instead of all like this battling and stuff, which is pretty cool. I do like the battling with the lightsabers, but like, man, a complete Jedi experience from start to finish, where you get to like meditate and try to lift stuff and with your mind and
you go out
all
and
the
practice,
boring things. Yeah.
Practice and learn to use your powers and then do studying and other stuff. So basically, I just want to say, basically what you've described is Nintendogs, but for Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Maybe. But also have like one of those virtual reality experiences.
Where you can be the Jedi, or
Yes.
you put the Jedi into a virtual reality experience where it then can experience what it's like to be an even smaller Jedi within the game.
Well, wow. I mean, that would be interesting to watch.
Do you think there'd be a level where you can play this Anakin when he kills all the younglings
Oh,
for
God.
bonus points?
Oh, God.
It's the credit sequence, like with Smash Brothers, where you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all the younglings have someone else's name in their face.
Oh, my gosh.
So do we think the Jedi are actually the force for good in the universe, or do we think they're actually the evil?
I mean, the universe seems kind of fucked either way, right?
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like they try to do good, and sometimes it doesn't land quite so well.
Yeah, because it seems like I thought about this a long time ago, and you have so when the prequels start up, you have the Trade Federation, who's warring with the Republic Senate, and the Jedi just kind of come barreling in and make demands, and then of course the Trade Federation tries to kill them off, because what would you do with interlopers in your thing? But it seems like from a certain perspective, the Trade Federation weren't the bad guys. The Jedi were the bad guys, as was the government that was backing them.
Well, I mean, the Trade Federation, I think we're trying to enact unfair trade laws, but I don't think we get those details.
We never get any explanation for what the Trade Federation does in the movies.
The prequels are kind of garbage, but Emperor Palpatine was kind of playing both sides against each other so he can go in and usurp power.
Mm-hmm.
Was he just trying to take down a fallow government that obviously needed to be destroyed because it wasn't working well anymore? Maybe he was the only one with the vision of how to properly unite the universe.
But he never united it, so he failed.
I mean, when you have Obi-Wan Kenobi out there leading a resistance, how are you supposed to do it?
That's right, bitch.
Yeah.
The timeline's messy.
Oh my god, all of it's messy.
The details
I need to keep these two children away from the one person who's going to come looking for them, so I hide one of them on his home planet with his family.
It's never right where you're looking for it.
And no one thought to look there.
No one also thought to look with the guy who's obviously Hispanic looking, suddenly adopting a white girl of the same age as the infant daughter that Darth Vader was supposed to have. There's a lot of problems with how that whole thing sets up.
And how's the Force not telling where his kids are?
I know, right? He can feel them.
My father's
You're
on
telling
that
me
ship.
he never had business on Alderaan in the, 20 years it took for him to finally get back there and blow the place up?
Yeah.
Really?
But it might be one of those things where he didn't quite want to know where they were until they were old enough to cloak their own signals. Never mind.
That sounds like it's reaching. They were purposely hidden to keep them away from him, as if he was immediately going to go look for them. Him and his robot body and his James Earl Jones voice. So.
But I mean, it is demonstrated that, sure, you could kind of sort of feel presences, but to actually find a, specific person in a specific spot it's much harder to do. Because, you know, the Force doesn't work like a pure science anyway. It's an art.
Except it does, because midichlorians.
Oh, no, fuck that shit.
So.
No one knows how midichlorians work.
Not even George Lucas.
Nope.
Nope. Okay, well, I think we've run out of stuff unless anyone has any more Star Wars to debate.
I mean, it's fun. There's a lot of plot holes, but it's fun plot holes.
Well, and most of the plot holes come about because of the prequels. The first two movies, episodes 4 and 5, those ones hold up pretty tightly.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw like 6 as well.
6 is okay. 6 has a lot of goofy comedy and teddy bears that I could live without. But
Ewoks are adorable and are the best thing that's ever happened to the universe. So, whatever.
Yep.
But the prequels totally destroy a whole lot of what made the movies work. And the new movies have really kind of failed at redeeming it, in my opinion.
We'll see what the new one's like in... Is it December? On Christmas?
I think December, yeah. Yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Anyway, this has been Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein.
I'm Josh Schaefer.
I am Rebecca Finkelstein.
And we will see you next time.
You really missed out. You should have said, May the 4th be with you.
May the 4th be with you there. Just enter that
but-
in.
but
Just
you-
fix it in post.
guys said it, so I don't have to now.
Just slip
But
it.
do you get it, though? It's the
Slip it in.
4th. May the
But-
4th be with you.
Yeah,
But what you do is you have ours, and then you split it off, and then you say it too, and then stitch it together so it's all in unison, so it looks like we were like that in sync when we were not
NSYNC.
in sync.
or I just press stop and we just leave it the way it is.